Okay, first things first. Let's check mic. Mic on. Ah, cool. I see some folks. All right. Can you... Well, I guess first things first, can you hear me right now? Okay, cool. I am audible. Let me... Oh, let me get the thing that is going to... Well, okay, there's a couple things that I need. One, I need to scooch this closer because I don't need that much space. Don't need as much space as I thought I needed. Ideally, I would be able to lift this guy a little higher, but I can't today, so that'll wait for another day. Second thing, need to be able to, like, well, or I could do it sideways, so there's more, no, do it, because later on, I'm gonna be, like, doing some light karaoke, and I'm gonna be taking requests from you guys. I say light karaoke as a way of excusing my lack of technical preparedness for any of this. Let's see. I know I brought my phone in here, or at least I thought I brought my phone in here, because I'm gonna need that. Okay. BRB, I think I actually left my phone in the other room. Un moment. Okay, I'm back, and I have my phone for the future things I'll need it for. But first things first, before I do any, like, proper singing, gotta do some warming up. Well, I guess I don't need, because I was gonna say, let's use this as some nice tone reference. Then I remembered I never actually put batteries in. It's like, oh, okay, then just grab the charging cord. Let me see if I can actually find that. What batteries does this even take? Okay, double A's. 6. In the meantime, though, I have an alternative on my phone from back. I have an alternative on my phone from the last time I was in a musical and just needed, like, some quick pitch reference on the go. I have an app called Perfect Piano. One thing I'm going to miss about going on T is hitting those high notes. That, like, the thing that I heard a lot is that the best thing you can do to, like, preserve as much of your upper range as possible during your voice change is to just always be practicing. Always, always, always. Because if you don't, then your, like, physical pathways to those pitches are gonna, like, are gonna basically, like, harden up. Like, I didn't practice as much as I should, and now I don't know how to reach my head voice very well anymore, because it's like, I have my I have chest down here. I have singing in the mask up here. And if I try to go up into my head voice, I sound like I'm dying. And I used to, as is true for many little girls, I used to be able to, do them screeches. Yeah, let me actually do some of the Q&A I promised. How am I doing? I am doing, like, I'm doing pretty good, chilling out, getting ready for, no, I don't want the, like, premium version. Come on, show me the piano version. There we go. And might as well turn it up so folks can hear. Yeah, it's just like a little piano thing so you can get all the like just quick note references you need. Let's see. Do you know the anime Haikyuu? Know of it. I haven't actually watched it yet. I should because I'm all about that sports anime, but I haven't yet. Also, I have 2 drinks with me today. I have water because, of course, and I have some Gatorade because I think I hypothesize, and I'm going to be exploring that hypothesis today, that that's going to be helping me with some phlegm because I just ate lunch. I just ate some nice, hearty chicken bacon chowder. So I'm going to have some dairy and starch phlegm, hopefully some Gatorade. It'll help get that under control. What are some good songs to warm up with? I would say honestly anything that just gets you pumped for singing, because that's my biggest struggle, is to just like get in the mood to practice, just like go for it. But honestly, like when I'm just warming up, I like to just do like some nice simple scales. Like, well, I guess first things first, let me turn this all up. Let me know if you can hear any of this. Like, did you hear a probably very crusty and distorted piano sound? Hooray! Oh yeah. There's phlegm I need to work out. Like I personally like doing just some nice simple scale warm-ups to get in the mood, because like sometimes with songs you'll like go right into it and make a note sound real weird because you're still warming up and it just sounds bad, and then you get embarrassed at yourself. So first I start with scales because psychologically I've convinced myself that you're allowed to sound bad when you're warming up if you're using scales. Aw, doggy's curious about the tiny person in your phone. It's me. I'm the tiny person in the phone. But okay, starting at middle C because why not? Then I'm going to show you guys a few things that I was taught. They're probably going to be familiar to anyone else who has done any vocal training in the past. Like my go-to, the first thing my brain provides is, okay, I'm on pitch. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. And then you do that next little step up. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Yeah, I knew folks would know this one. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Let me know if this starts clipping out. Whoop. Give me that again. I think I already did this one. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Yeah. Okay, now I'm starting to actually push. That's good. Let's see if I can start on E5 and actually sound good. Ma made me mash my M&Ms. Whew, that's gonna take a while to land solidly on, but you know, for fun, let's see what I can do starting at F5. Ooh, we're already sounding really weird and trapped here. Let's see what happens. Ma made me. I'm gonna let me know if it ever starts sounding too crusty, and I'll move the mic away. Me mash my M&Ms. Ooh, that's okay. That's getting certifiably crusty at the top end. Don't strain too hard, bro. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not going to push much higher. Now, after I get a drinky drink. Oh, hello, Wolf Girl. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to do some low scales. See how much rust I have going on down there. Okay, good. That was a small classy burp, so I'm good. There's C4 where I started, and I already did that one, so let's go down to B3. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. There's a mama made me mash my M&Ms. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. It's so quiet. Honestly, that's my big struggle these days, is I can do the big high notes very powerfully because they require power, but my low notes are still very soft. Now I'm dying. Now I'm just sounding like a dying old man. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. I'm a goat. With my theater group, we did one about a bird and pizza is delicious. So we had to push our B's and D's. That I'd like to hear that one. Like, I'd like to know the word, because that's not something I learned. Oh, an exercise that I always really enjoyed. I learned it when I was young, working with Northwest Children's Theater. I say working with, I was taking classes. My parents paid for it. It's less of a enunciation thing. Well, it can be. Anything can be an enunciation thing, but more of a breath control thing. I guess I can it's not a pitch thing, so I can just kind of start wherever I want. I remember it starting here. Mrs. O'Grady, she was a lady who had an otter that I adored. I used to walk her, I mean the otter, every Sunday afternoon at 4. And like that's simple. Then you start playing, see, okay, got a 1 day. What about 2 days? Mrs. O'Grady, she was a lady who had an otter that I adored. I used to walk her, I mean the otter, every Sunday, Monday afternoon at 4. And then you go so on and so forth until you get a full week. Mrs. O'Grady, she was a lady who had an otter that I adored. I used to walk her, I mean the otter, every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday afternoon at 4. And then there was the fun part. Because, okay, we got 1 week. Then 2 weeks. Mrs. O'Grady, she was a lady who had an otter that I adored. I used to walk her, I mean the otter, every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday afternoon at 4. And you go so on and so forth until basically it just becomes a challenge of who among us gaggle of small children can go the most weeks. Also in comparison with the actual adults teaching us. So let's see how many weeks I can get just like hot out the gate. Because like I said, I'm like the purpose of this is to get myself to shake off the rust of not having practiced my vocals ever since Jesus Christ Superstar ended. Like that'd be a fun thing to sing for you guys one of these days. Is one of the songs I did from then. But anyway, yes, let's see how many weeks. Mrs. O'Grady, she was a lady who had an otter that I adored. I used to walk her, I mean the otter, every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 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 Thursday, Friday, Saturday afternoon at 4. Okay, I went too far, but like, I'm gonna say I achieved 8. I pushed to 9, but I achieved 8. Let's see. Though, you're right, we should do some enunciation stuff. I'm gonna pull up, like I can never remember any, like, song enunciation things other than Mama made me mash my M&Ms, which I know I was very soggy on earlier, but that's what your first warm-up is for, is to just get used to using your mouth again. How long did it take you to gauge how much breath you had left? If you mean in the sense of, like, how long did it take for me to, like, develop that kind of knowing relationship with my body? I don't know, because I started my vocal training when I was like 8, maybe. So I was pretty young. Though I did struggle because back then I didn't have like as intimate a like feeling relationship with my body as I do now. So I had a lot of trouble mindfully switching between chest voice and head voice, because I had a lot of trouble feeling the vibration in the mask, as it's called. Like my teachers would say, like, you're singing in the chest right now. Like you, like for these, like for the part of the chorus you're in, we're going to need you in your mask. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, oh, you should be singing, in a way that you like feel this vibration, like in your forehead, nose, like literally where you would wear a mask. And as a small child, I just didn't have that body knowledge, but now I do. especially because like especially because uh like being a trans man who's gone through testosterone therapy means that uh, if I really wanted to, I could talk like this all the time, but uh, it takes effort. Like I didn't start tea until I was over 20, so I spent a large portion of my life not talking like this. So honestly, more often than not, I still talk in my mask. And the weird thing about this one is that because it's me and I've heard myself my entire life, I hear this and I only think like, oh no, you're using your lady voice. When I know that there are lots of guys who talk in their mask and don't sound like women. I don't know. Uh, any tips for an alto? Uh, that's. I wish. I wish I had good advice because I was an alto back in the day, like back in middle school ages when I was doing a lot of when I was like regularly doing musical theater intensives with Northwest Children's Theater. Uh, I would typically take the alto line, and naturally that means that you're not getting the flashy parts. You're a supporting voice, and like there's this song called Alto's Lament. I forget who wrote it, but it's basically like it kind of sucks because rather than being about like, oh, my vocal range is perfectly valid, but nobody writes starring roles for this vocal range, the song Alto's Lament is I'm professionally trained to sing soprano through alto, but I only get cast for alto roles. I could do the sopranos, and it's like, could you maybe fuck off a little? Like you're perpetuating the prioritization of soprano voices, and we don't need that. Like we have a lot of like starring roles for mezzo voices these days, like Elphaba and stuff like that. But like Elphaba from Wicked, and I suppose by extension, Elsa from Frozen. Uh, where was I going? Oh yeah, basically just like the real problem is that big name musical writers don't conceive of the alto voice as being main character worthy. So basically, tips for being an alto: just like always work on expanding your range, because then if you want to explore working as a mezzo, then you'll have that option. But mostly, like, remember that the range of pitches that you can most strongly create is very important in chorus work, and to take pride in that, because when you're singing solo by yourself in and just practicing when you know there's going to be a chorus backing you up, the melody line sounds wimpy. It's the chorus that brings a moment. That turns that song into a moment. I'm just sad because we were going to do Mamma Mia, and it would have been my first actual male role, but it got canceled for COVID. Ugh, like I cannot imagine how I would have felt if Jesus Christ Superstar had been planned for this spring and had that spring, I guess, and had been canceled, because that similarly was my first time being cast. Well, it wasn't my first time being cast as a male role. I took a lot of male roles when I was young, just because I was the only girl willing to take male roles, and I was an alto, so like, boyish enough. But yeah, being Annis in Jesus Christ Superstar was my first time as a tenor, and I'm super proud of that. And it was my first, and like just getting to be in a cast of a musical as a man, like being in the dressing room with all the other guys and just like being one of the musical theater guys. It felt fantastic. When I heard your current regular speaking voice in Kyo's videos, I never once thought it was a woman's voice. Thank you. I'm actually working on a small musical, which the lead role is going to be for alto, supporting role soprano. Hell yeah! I'm just glad to hear people still writing musicals right now. I'm glad to hear people writing plays and making plays because I love theater a lot. Let's see. You know what? I didn't notice it was doing that. Tape, come here. Come on. That works. I'm going to see how well the writing actually shows up on this. Like, oh yeah, this is a dry erase marker, so it might not actually look good. And that's very small. I'm going to get an actual permanent marker next stream. Because I know we have one, I just wasn't able to find it. Oh, fun! It's mirrored. Oh well. I'll just make sure to you know what, that's small anyway. Let's forget it. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. The thing I was actually going to look up earlier for enunciation practice, a thing that like wouldn't surprise me if you heard the beginning of. It's that I sit in solemn silence on a cold, dark dock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock. Wait, no, that's not the one. That's the one that I actually do remember. The one that I don't remember is what to do to die today at a minute or two till 2. Because when I was in Jesus Christ Superstar, the guy playing Jesus knew that one backward and forward and led us in it. What a to do to die today at a minute or two till it do. There we go. Oh, and there's some other fun tongue twister warm-ups on this site. Cool. Let's see. I am, however, going into college and do drama and super excited about it. Hell yeah. Yes. But yeah. I'm going to do this slow at first because I know I'm going to fuck it up if I go in fast. What to do to die today at a minute or two to 2? Well, we learned it as till 2. That's because it's more fun to say till 2. At a minute or two till 2. A thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do. We'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat- 2. There we go. What to do to die today at a minute or two till 2. See? What to do to die today at a minute or two till 2. A thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do. Will beat a tattoo at a... Well, I also learned it as at a quarter to 2, but 20 to 2 is harder, so I'll force myself to do it. We'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tattoo, and the dragon will come when he hears the drum at a minute or two till 2 today, at a minute or two till 2. What a to do to die today at a minute or two till two. A thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do. We'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat- shaking because I'm like that. I'm secretly a chihuahua in a man's body. We've passed the 30-minute mark. Like I was gonna be doing this for at least an hour, probably not too much longer, because I don't want to strain myself. But in that case, uh, does any like if anybody has some Chihuahua shake because their bodies are too small to hold all their rage. Okay, then in that case, I'm not a Chihuahua because it's just that like uh, I'm a deeply nervous person, but I've learned to like behave super chill. So I guess all of my neural nervousness is just like my hands shake now because they're just like, well, if you're not gonna if you're not gonna let the nervousness live in your brain, it's gonna live in your hands now. And it's like, okay then. People ask me if I'm okay when they notice my hands shaking, and it's like, realistically, like, I mean, if I'm talking to another person, there's probably some conscious fear going on. So yeah, but more often than not, it's just that no, my body just decides that it has shaking energy and it needs to shake. Do you like to drink water? Yes. I like I feel like that's an important skill to develop, to really enjoy water. Though I say that as an extremely privileged person living in the Portland metro area of Oregon, where the water is delicious. How come there are different tongue twisters for different sounds? Mostly just because like with how mouth sounds work and the fact that like different sounds are basically you making different shapes with your lips and your tongue and all that, it's basically like dance practice but for your mouth, to get your mouth used to the different configurations and moving between them and making them sharp. Welcome back, Sarah. But anywho, now that we've passed the 30-minute mark, I'm going to start doing some actual songs and practicing. If anybody has requests, I would love to see them. If not, I can just like put something together like that like one of my big songs from the Jesus Christ Superstar, or like my go-to audition song these days, or I should say the song that I auditioned with to get into Jesus Christ Superstar, or any nerd stuff like I have a few like I know a few Vocaloid songs off the top of my head. I can always take a crack at some Hitalia character songs. Like I used to know I'm Some Kite front and back. I used to know Ayah 4,000 Years front and back. What was I going to write? Jesus Christ Superstar, so I can look up the necessary lyrics and chords. Because another fun thing about the Perfect Piano, is that what the app is called? Perfect Piano app, is it also has a mode where you can just like get a bunch of like chords on standby, so you can just like press single button and it gives you whatever chord you want. And that's really handy for people like me who are still training their hands to be good at making chords on an actual keyboard. one my dad taught me from his days in theater was pheasant plucker. Oh yes, ones like that, and the sheet slitter. Yes, yes, like anybody here who watched Pinky and the Brain, um, like they did an episode basically just like as an excuse to build an entire script out of the sheet slitter's son tongue twister, and uh like they admitted like well or I guess I should say that like later on the voice actors mentioned that like yeah, the writers said that it was basically all just an excuse to uh make the voice actors swear wildly in the booth, and just it's fun. It's fun. So hard to do vocal practice when you have a stutter. Oof, I bet that is not my area of expertise. Like, let's see. How does the water taste like? It just tastes nice. Like basically, like, well, basically just like if you've ever drank just like a big name brand bottled water, it tastes a lot like that. We got the good stuff coming straight out our tap. But other than that, I would say like it just tastes clean and clear, and I say sweet, but not in the sugary sense. Just makes you smile. Good water is just like you drink it and your whole mouth is just like, yeah, that's what the body needs. That's what your body needs. But actually, yes, let me bring up chords from Marukai Techikyu. There's so many. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like how many chords this has listed for it. There's not as many chords for. Okay, the I was gonna say chorus, but I guess it's technically the verse, the like actual Marukai Techikyu. That's just G major, C major, and D major all mixed around where need be. So, yes, show me chords mode. No, that's C. Let's see. I've already got G. No, I don't need A minor. I need. Let's see. I already have C, so I just need to grab D major. Yes. Okay. And now let's see if I can find a set of those that actually makes sense for Marukai Techikyu. So here's a. Marukai Techikyu. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, that puts me in a nice spot. Okay. Marukai Techikyu. Marukai Techikyu. That's what I get for putting it down, is I forget what I was looking at, because I've yet to train my brain to actually remember these things. Okay, so it's G, C, D, G, G, C, D, G. That makes sense because it's literally a pattern. G, C, D, G, G, C, D, G. Marukai Techikyu, Marukai Techikyu, Marukai Techikyu, Boku Hetaria. Yeah. Let's see. 丸書いて丸書いて地球じじと見て Oh, I already have E minor 地球ひょっとして地球僕へたりや Yeah. Now how many oh god, there's so many you move between so many cues during the 一筆で見える素晴らしい世界長靴で乾杯だヘタリア And as you might notice by like the very clean notes I do on the chorus, my go-to singing Marukai Techiku for fun was Austria, because I used to cosplay Austria literally all the time. So it's like my go-to was like the Marukai Techiku, Marukai Techiku, Marukai Techiku, Austria desu. And so on and so forth, because I don't actually remember the words to his Marukai Techiku. IDK if this relates, but I tried learning piano and it gave me panic attacks trying to learn the notes. It was just too overwhelming. If I were to try again, would you have any advice? Because I do want to try to learn certain songs, but sheet music is just too much. That is a big, big mood, because I get so self-conscious when I practice the piano, just because like my hands are weak, and that's easier to come to terms with when you're a tiny child and you're learning the piano. But I'm an adult person learning the piano, so it's like, oh no, I thought my hands were good at things, but they're actually bad at things. So my in real life, my go-to was to kind of not give up on learning the piano, but like put that one on the back burner and get a nice little app where I can just bring up all the chords I need, and I've got my voice for the melody line, and it's fine. But I do actually want to start practicing again, and I'm going to go into that focusing on hand exercises, because that's like my weak spot. And if I, mentally tell myself, okay, this isn't about making music, this is about getting your hands good, and this is about like learning to, build the brain connection between my hand is in this shape on this place and it is making sound X. Because if I go into it thinking, I'm going to make music, then I'm going to get really, really sad when I don't make music. So I basically need to like train my brain to say that practice time is not about making music. The music comes later. Practicing is about like physically teaching your body things. And I feed my I want to make music impulse by singing, because this is the instrument that I already know how to play, so I don't feel weird using it. Oh, thank you for the applause, Wolf Girl. Oh, I should say that if any of y'all feel like tossing some money into my metaphorical hat, I do, in the description of this stream, have a link to Kyo and Mai's our wedding gift fund for getting a safe new car. We are currently almost at our halfway mark, and once we reach our full thing, we'll have the amount that we want to make a down payment on our dream car, the Tesla Model 3, because we want to go full electric. We really want to go full electric. Like, push come to shove, we're flexible, but Kyo actually got a chance to test drive a Model 3 at the at a nearby mall where we actually have a Tesla showroom. Yeah, just in a mall. And she really liked it. And the Model 3 is comparably priced to other fully electric sedans. So, I watched Hamilton for the first time. I still need to actually watch it on Disney Plus. I don't know why. Well, I know why I haven't, because we as a household haven't set aside the time to do it. But I've listened to the soundtrack so many times, and just yes, I loved Lafayette because of the Hitalia animation with France. So when I heard the whole "Oui, oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette," it's like, yes, yes. Um, let's see, what was I? Right, right. I was reminding myself what the names of the songs I sung, because I like. Oh, okay. Oh, because I'm just like, I was lazy, so I just brought up the Wikipedia page because I knew it would have a list of the musical numbers. And, as with a lot of major musical Wikipedia pages, it has a list of the principal roles and the voice types. And it's like, okay, yada, yada, yada. Anise, countertenor. And it's like, okay, right. I keep forgetting that countertenors are a thing, which briefly described is a type of classical male singing voice whose vocal range is equivalent to that of the female contralto, alto, or mezzo-soprano voice types. Though, like, honestly, it's also just a really good vocal range for trans guys. Countertenor is just really good for that, because it's like, if you've still got some high stuff. Not to sound like an emo 2000s kid, but any chance you could play the start of Welcome to the Black Parade? At one point, I knew how to do that by actually doing it, but I would have to remind myself how to do it. Like, what's the starting note for Black Parade? Welcome to the Black Parade piano. Yes, just show me an image. I just need the beginning. It's G. It's G you start on. Okay. Yeah, there it is. That's the good stuff. See, this is what happens when you never actually learn the piano. You'll be like, oh, that's the note, and I know what the next note sounds like, but I don't actually know how to quantify the interval. Nope. G, F. Right, because the F is sharp in this. G, F, A. No. G, F, B. Yeah. E. D, G, C, B, C, B, E, A, D. Yeah, I can read music in theory, but translating it's a slow. It's still a very slow translation. I need a lot of practice. Oh yes, I should have just looked at the chat. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city. Like, there's so many good MCR songs. I've always wanted to actually like. Well, what I need to do is look more into the like rock opera history of that album. But what I actually uh, wait, no. I was getting albums mixed up because I was like, because I really like that song, uh, Na Na Na, but it's like, wait a minute, Na 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 was from Danger Days. Though Danger Days is a very good album. Mm-hmm. The most meme song you know how to do. Oh, that's a problem because I. It's hard for me to remember which songs are meme and which songs just slap. So if y'all know some meme songs, put them in. Hmm. Gonna request Einsamkeit. Uh, like, since me finding the, whatchamacallit, the chords was a lot slower than I was gonna do, I'm just gonna do it a cappella. Just gonna do it one here. Even though, even though I'm looking at the chords for Einsamkeit and, like, you know, didn't really, it's not something you think about when you're just listening to it, but then it's like, oh yeah, like, the entire verse is just the same chord over and over again. Just E minor 9. Like like yeah, that's that. Yeah, give me E minor 9. Tell me that sound. Sounds like Steven Universe. Then again, lots of altered minors. Well, no. What sounds like Steven Universe is like, well, I was gonna say like moving from an augmented to a major, but it's like, no, I think that's just the future sound. But anyway, I'm gonna be a nerd and just go for it. Because this is one that I used to have a lot of fun with, just because it's a good excuse to mess with your low range. Though it does have some high notes, like that's what makes it a really good character song for Germany, is because it lets the Seiyu Hiroki Yasumoto really like flex his pipes, because he's got pipes, the as is the standard uh, way of Seiyu, because it's just, pretty standard for like if you're going to be a voice actor in Japan, you also have a career as a vocalist. Thus, why character CDs make sense in the anime world, because all your voice actors are already trained in vocal music, whereas in the Western world, that's not as common. Like, obviously, there are a lot of voice actors who are also musically trained, but that's not the standard. Uh, the whole Black Parade album is basically a rock opera about life and death. Yeah. Do I like the song Teenagers? I used to like it a lot more than I do now, but it's not that I dislike it now. It's just that I don't think about it as much now. Um, Chicken Fried by Zach Brown Band. Okay, you're like, unfortunately, those are not things I know yet. I will note them down. Into the Unknown from the show Over the Garden Wall. Oh, it's been so long since I've watched Over the Garden Wall. I'm gonna get a writing utensil so I can write these down and get them ready for next time. On and On by Cartoon. Chicken Fried Brown Band. And then Into the Unknown of the Garden Wall. What was my angsty teenage song? That's a good question. I don't remember my iconic angsty teenage song. Like, honestly, it might have just been Welcome to the Black Parade. It was probably Welcome to the Black Parade, just because I love that lush, like, big pomp sound, because I'm a theater kid. I'll get to earn some cash because I said that I'd do some requests. 演説をしていると見えてもただの会話さ。別に時にわけはし顔はするけどただ寒いのさ。ピュンピュン気にしないけど緻密な作業が得意だけど指は太いさ。だからだいたい適当とか言われても厳密にはわからない。I'm some kite I'm some kite I'm some kite 見つけてほしい。芋ばかり食べてると言われてもそばもパスタも同じ台所が汚れるくらいなら別に料理をしなきゃいい。I'm some kite I'm some kite I'm some kite 心を開きパラパパパパララ解き放ちたいパパララパララ君がいるからバッパラパパパパパパ僕でいられる and all those really good sounds because I'm Some Kite slaps. And I want to say that it was composed by someone who didn't compose any other Hetalia character songs, which is sad. Lo-Fi Socks, that's the name of the composer for I'm Some Kite, and they did a really good job. And this would be less of an interruption if I actually had backing tracks. I'll figure out a way to do that. I might end up moving to Twitch. I don't know. I should probably ask Kyo how OBS works, because that would probably allow me to get like backing tracks and other things. いつも睨んでると言われるけれど笑顔を絶やしたことなどない怖いと思われてるけれど顔で力んで笑ってるだけさだけさドゥルルドゥル強くドゥルルドゥル I'm some kite ドゥルルルドゥドゥルルルルルル burn it like I do have a script in the works for rating and ranking every Hetalia character song, starting with the like first series, but I'm gonna get through all of them because we need to talk about some of the later character songs. Because I love Hetalia and I love music, and I could talk about both of them for a very long time. And it's like, if I'm gonna be making videos, might as well be about something I like talking about. Like I want to say the McElroy brothers said something about that being sort of like the key to making a podcast is just find something that you like talking about and just talk about it, because you'll get sincere energy no matter what, because you're just talking about something you like talking about. It's also why I kind of want to do a Yu-Gi-Oh rewatching podcast with Kyo, just because we both like Yu-Gi-Oh and I want to rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh sometime. And then I could talk about those anomalous Yu-Gi-Oh character songs, like Kaiba's super angsty, like Give me what I want, and it's not another serenade. I get so tired of all the things you say. It's just like, it's so good. And well, see, that one, that's not sung by Eric Stewart. I want to say that's Kaiba's dub voice actor. It's just a song for the character, as opposed to Face Up, Face Down, which is whoever voiced Pegasus just getting down with his bad self, feeling his sexy. Face up, face down, attack or defend. And it's just like, it's hot, it's nasty, and I'm into it. Do you know the Adventure Zone podcast? I love the Adventure Zone podcast. And like, I haven't listened to every storyline. I listened to the balance arc. I listened to the. I know there was another one I listened to, and I have been faithfully keeping up to date with the current arc, Graduation, and I'm so into it. And just, man, I love this family telling stories, and I love the story that Travis is telling. Let's see. We're at an hour. I probably shouldn't push myself too much longer just for the sake of my voice, but I like hanging out with you guys and talking about stuff. I've been with Welcome to Night Vale too. Oh, I need to get back into it. I was one of those people who I started listening to it pretty early on. Like, I forget who got me into it, whether it was my cousin or Kyo or Tumblr, but okay, so it is coming to an end soon. I was wondering, because you can only take a story so long, and they seemed like the type of team who would understand the importance of maintaining the integrity of your storytelling by letting it end at some point. Man, I cosplayed Cecil a lot, and well, Kyo did too. We cosplayed Cecil and Carlos for a while. I had so much fun with Cecil, especially because like I would wear white button-down shirt, purple sweater vest, bright green skinny jeans, like some pretty regular shoes, a rainbow bow tie that I'd crocheted myself, and instead of socks, I wore purple tights underneath. And that was great because wearing tights just makes me want to like just be very graceful and just like walk and carry myself. Like, if you ever want to like, if you ever know that you should move your body, like, oh, I should like get some exercise, even if it's just like walking around and moving my body in ways that I don't usually, put on some tights, like, and you will just be like, I must do strange things with my body because I'm encased in sheer stretchy material. Or at least that's how it works for me. My go-to is Japan because I tend to sing very low. Japan also just has some really good character songs. So that's just like fun to sing. Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to sing Aya for 1,000 years because China's voice actor is a woman, so it was also like in that comfortable alto countertenor range. I have no memory of the lyrics though. I wonder if I can pull that up. Yeah. 4, 1, 2, 3. I am taking requests. If I know it, I'll sing it. If I don't know it, I'll write it down to listen to it sometime. Right now, I'm just looking up Aya for 1,000 years or something to do in the meantime. And like, because I'm having fun, I'm gonna extend this stream to 3:30. Tea Theater Kid. I don't know. Okay, see you, Sarah. But like, what what makes a T theater kid different than a regular theater kid? 天使の始まり、たくさんの武人が命を重ねて、歴史紡いだある。そこに一人一若子。What? Alright, I thought it was. Okay, no, I was it's like. 一若子の鳩万里の城には岩また登るあるわがままできた昔懐かしあるよ日本あちこち体痛いある新しいお菓子でも作るある目覚めたら歯が立たないあるよ獅子のように勇ましく無我の境地紅に染まるあるよ私いつでも頼るよろしあいややEnglish cover of my R. I know I've listened to it. Like I'm sure as soon as I start listening to it, I'll remember like, oh, that's a song. But then I forget like phone's running low on battery. Yeah, thanks for coming around, Ravenclaw. See you. They basically survive solely on tea because it's good for their voice and they know all the gossip. Not really, but I think that's just because like I went to a tiny high school tiny school all years, out in the middle of nowhere. So I was the only theater kid, and I was really only like my years studying with Northwest Children's Theater. I was like preteen to young teen. So my older teen years, where I probably would have started meeting the T theater kids, I was focusing on school, which was a poor decision because theater is what actually makes me happy, and I became very, very sad focusing only on school. And when I was in Jesus Christ Superstar, like I never really knew. I don't think anyone was like always having tea. Like tea was their one thing, but well, and I don't even know if there was anybody who knew all the gossip. I just knew there was like this guy, Isaac, and I just loved working with him because he was fabulous and just like literally like stereotypically like fabulous. And he was a delight to work with and just the coolest dude to hang out with. And he ended up getting into PSU's opera program, and I'm super proud of him. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Miki Nico Ni. Which your username reminds me, I should get some Love Live songs on my roster because I'm idol trash. I love all of my teenage daughters. Let's see, I'm actually doing musical theater this year of high school. Yes, good. Musical theater is so fun. My partner is very scared for me to start T because she's seen a bunch of the horror stories about it. Yeah, that's really the unescapable thing about any sort of like body modification. But in the end, like, as long as you stay mindful and like always keep track of like, how am I feeling? How am I behaving? Is my behavior appropriate? Am I lashing out at others? Am I like basically just take care of your body and pay a lot of attention to your emotions. And also, like for me, the hardest thing to cope with uh, from being on testosterone is the fact that my body sweat has changed. Like, I've always been a sweaty person, but like, if like I'm not gonna make you guys look at it, but if you look at the difference between Kyo's side of the bed and my side of the bed, my side of our white sheets just has this like dingy, grungy look to it, and it's like I bathe as regularly as Kyo does. I'm a clean boy. I'm not a nasty boy. But but through like I now intrinsically just make grody-ness and smelliness, and that's hard for me to come to terms with because growing up as a girl, you always think like, oh, boys are smelly because they don't bathe, they don't take care of themselves. uh, it's a moral failing on their part. And now my body is now my sweat and stink and everything is like has higher testosterone levels and is making the stink and the grossness. And it's like, oh no, am I morally failing? And it's like, no, it's just bodies be like that. Boys are smelly, and it's difficult to cope with when you were used to being a very clean person, but that's just how it be sometimes. Right, I was gonna look up my R. My R English, and let's see. You like my shirt, by the way? Oh, thank you. The T-shirt was a gift from Kyo, and this is something I found at Ross several years ago. It's like a micro floral print. I don't care about the new Fortnite branded Nerf gun, YouTube. Okay, that's my R. Okay, it's because it's not one of the ones that I listen to the most, so I don't actually know the melody super well off the top of my head. I'm gonna write that down, prepare it for the next time I stream, which honestly is probably gonna be like not for a few weeks because I have a dog sitting job coming up, so I'm gonna be in someone else's house, and also fall term at college starts this week, so I'm gonna be busy with school stuff. Let's see. My R. Like, there's some other Vocaloid songs that I could just like pop off the dome for you, but they feel weird a cappella. So I'm gonna wait until I figure out how to get some backing tracks before I get in there. Like next time. Okay, I gotta go. Love y'all. Okay, see you around, gay son. Thank you so much for showing up. Let's see. What was I saying before that? Right. Because like back in the day, I did a cover of "Leave Me in Summer, But You're Stealing My Fluffots," the one where the music video is a bunch of alpacas and it's all jazzy. I kind of want to cover that one again, just because I have my my testosterone changed voice now, and a better quality microphone, and I don't know, I just could. I'm a little nervous about it because I practiced it the other day and I was just like, "Ooh, no, I sound too crisp. It's a jazzy song." Cuz I was taught to sing like this. I was taught to have everything very crisp, very clear. And Leaving Summer But You're Still in My Fluffaughts is real jazzy and smooth and uh like, I know it hurts you to think of me, and every time you do, you sink down into my depression. Why won't it die? My fears won't unleash my life, and I can see our love is fleeting, repeating in a cycle. Uh, and I always feel weird listening to myself sing like more mushy like that because I never know if I like musical theater brain says no, not crisp enough. It needs to be crisp, but like I also know that no, that's literally like there's only one style that needs to be crisp. Everything else is mushy and is allowed to be mushy and sounds good when it's mushy. Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna write down add Love Live songs to my repertoire. Especially because like a while back I was developing a an English localized version of that I forget the name of it, but the one that's like Nikori no maho ne egao no maho namida mo shiawase ni. But then I stopped, and I don't remember why. Like, especially because it's also a difficult song to cover as a guy because it's like, or wait, no. I was thinking of Nico's other song that's like the Joshido, and it's like that's what it's like being a girl, and it's like, I don't know if I have that one in me. Ooh, let me add Beneath the Mask. Yes, that is a good. Though now I'm just suddenly thinking about that musical Jekyll and Hyde, because there's some fun songs in there. I'll live inside you forever. No! With Satan himself at my side. No! And I'll know that now and forever they'll never be able to separate Jekyll from Hyde. Can't you see it's burr over now? Burr, it's time to die. Burr, no, not I, only you. Burr, if I die, you die too. You'll die in me, I'll be you. Damn you, Hyde, set me free. Can't you see you are me? No! Deep inside, I am you, you are Hyde. Especially because one time, David Hasselhoff was the main character, and that's fun to me. I should also put some songs from the Death Note musical on the list as well. That song I was just singing was No, there's no Y in confrontation. Confrontation from Jekyll and Hyde. Do I know Dear Evan Hansen? Yes, I've yet to properly sit down and listen to the whole thing, but I've heard songs like Sincerely Me and definitely one more that I'm not remembering the name of, but I know it because someone did a video with Apollo Justice and Clavier Gavin, and I was there for it, and it was good, and I was into it. But yeah, the Death Note musical that I should just make a video about the Death Note musical because it's so interesting. It was originally developed in English. Like they reached out to English, the guy who did the music for Jekyll and Hyde, and were like, "We want you to make the Death Note musical." So he did demos, and they were all in English because the guy speaks English, and they're just really cool and good. So I'm gonna write that down too. But yeah, Beneath the Mask from Persona 5. Death Note musical. It was very good. Uh, like there is exactly as much sexual tension between L and Light as is necessary for the story. Like they don't forget that. They know it, they recognize it, and they own it, and it's very, very good. Like honestly, I would love to just see an unofficial staging of it. But then again, I'm just all about unofficially staging things because I love theater and I love not spending money. And if I'm not making money from it, then I can probably justify hacking it together from secondhand rearrangements. Let's see. Still got 9 minutes left. Um, I've always wanted to write my own musical, at least the script and lyrics to each song. I've never had the creativity or patience to do so. Same, Audrey. Exactly same. Literally me. Like like a while back when I finally got around to reading the book Flatland, a romance across dimensions, or a romance in two dimensions, or something like that. Uh, because, well, after I learned that Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls was sort of like inspired by the world of that book. So I read it and I was like, okay, but the story is actually really good though, and would be beautiful staged. And of course, there need to be musical numbers because everything needs musical numbers. Everything and anything can be a musical. And anyone who says different is afraid of love. Ooh, I should also get some Star Kid stuff in my repertoire as well. Uh, any of you all into Star Kid musicals, like the Harry Potter musical series. My favorite from them is Twisted. Um, let's see. The guy who didn't like musicals is pretty good. I still need to watch Black Friday. Let's see. Honestly, right now I'm just writing out the script for my musical, and I have no idea how to make music, but I'll learn. I am in same boat shoe. Like every time because in theory I should be able to, because it's like in theory it's just like write a melody and then put chords to it, or put together a chord progression and then write a melody to it. And that sounds easy. It sounds really easy. It's not, because like I can put together like a simple chord progression, but then I'm like, okay, how do I make that a musical journey? Especially like in looking at chords for things, I was like, okay, some songs have 3 chords, some songs move between 15 different chords throughout the whole song, and it's just like, oof, sweat. So yeah, I'm also in that phase of like, I can't write music in the sense that I lack composing skills, but I'm actually taking a class this semester about making music. Like it's called Beats and Basics. So I'm gonna like that. It's honestly one of my favorite ways to get myself to actually learn a skill, and I'm glad that I could justify putting some elective credits into that, because if I'm getting a grade for it, then I have to do it. Like it's a way to make myself do it. Because if I'm just like doing it for me, it's hard to justify it because it's like, the world was doing just fine without this song you're trying to write. But now it's like, hey, you need to turn in something. And that both motivates me to actually do it and helps me come to terms with creating something that might not be very good, because then I can just sort of let myself say, like, okay, it's good enough. I'll be able to pass the class with this, so I'll turn it in. And I'll be able to say to myself, hey, I've written a song. And that often is a helpful thing for me, is just like creating something okay in a given field, so that then no matter what, I can say, I've made a thing in that field. I should pull up one more song just for fun before we sign off for today. Oh, oh man. Like, I like like I'll pull up the song that I sang as Annis, just so you guys can get a sense of like what I'd done, because there was supposed to be a recording of our musical in the school library eventually, but it never happened because the people who are responsible for putting those recordings in the school library are notoriously slow. So it was just taking a really, really, really long time. And then suddenly COVID-19, no one's at the campus. So naturally, that's not happening. But yes, JCS sound track list. Remind me what the names of the songs that I sang were, because I don't remember them for the life of me. How old am I? I'm 25. Let's see, Dame for All Time, Blood Money. Yes, that was technically one. Technically, I sang The Last Supper because we were a small cast. We had to be flexible. So yes, I was Annis, but I was also just a person in town and also one of the disciples. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yes, tell me a list of the songs, because Overture, Heaven on Their Minds, What's the Buzz? This Jesus Must Die, that's the one. Okay. This will be my last song for the day, so I hope y'all enjoy as much as you can when it's just me belting like hell, moving between several characters, only one of whom I actually played in the show, and just us all chilling. I promise I'll get better stuff together for the next stream, but this was just sort of me getting the stale water out of the hose. The next time you'll be getting some fresh water, I promise. Good Caiaphas, the council waits for you. The Pharisees and priests are here for you. Ah, gentlemen, you know why we are here. This is Caiaphas. He's a base. I obviously didn't play him. We've not much time. And quite a problem here. The mob comes in. Oh, well, they're outside. Hosanna, superstar. Hosanna, superstar. Hosanna, superstar. Hosanna, superstar. And then I come in. I don't do that. Listen to that howling mob of blockheads in the street. A trick or two with lepers and the whole... I also don't do that. I promise. Back when I was actually practicing every day. And the whole town's on its feet. He is dead. Dead. I had this note back in the day, I promise. He is danger. New goal of this stream. Someday I will hit that note for y'all and I will blast it and you'll all be like, ah, proof that he did it, because I did it back in the day. He is dangerous! Jesus Christ, the mob outside, superstar. He is dangerous! Tell us that you're... The man is in town right now to whip up some support. Another priest, a rabble-rousing mission that I think we must abort. Boop. Boop, that was oops and burp at the same time. He's dangerous! Mob outside, Jesus Christ, superstar. He's dangerous! Look, Caiaphas, priest 2, they're right outside our yard. Priest 3, quick, Caiaphas, go call the Roman guard. Caiaphas comes in, no, wait! We need a more permanent solution to our problem. I come in back then. What's then to do about Jesus of Nazareth? Miracle wonder man, hero of fools. Priest 3, no riots, no army, no fighting, no slogans. Caiaphas, one thing I'll say for him, Jesus is cool. We dare not leave him to his own devices. His half-witted fans will get out of control. But how can we stop him? His glamour increases by leaps every minute. He's top of the poll. I see bad things arising. The crowd crown him king, which the Romans would ban. I see blood and destruction, our elimination because of one man. Blood and destruction because of one man. Because of one man. Our elimination because of one man. Because of one man. What then to do about this Jesus mania? How do we deal with the Carpenter King? Where do we start with a man who is bigger than John was when John did his baptism thing? Fools, you have no perception. The stakes we are gambling are frightfully high. We must crush him completely, so like John before him, this Jesus must die. For the sake of the nation, this Jesus must die. Must die, this Jesus must die. So like John before him, this Jesus must die. Must die, this Jesus must die. Okay, so... And then the lights go down, and what's the next song after this? Because I know it's a quick transition. Hosanna! Right, because right after that, I have to run backstage, throw off my robes, slip back on my like Jesus fan vest and scarf, and like as I'm changing my shoes backside, belting, hey Zana, Hosanna, Zana, Zana, Hosanna, hey Zana, Hosanna, and it's fun. I love that. Think you can do the Star Spangled Banner. Like, there are different renditions, and I've heard the musical theater type version. A musical theater styled version would probably sound pretty traditional. Like, I know that these days you hear it a lot from people who are pop trained, so it tends to be very poppy. And also, Castro, go ahead with your question. So they're like, oh, oh, say, can you see? Which sounds weird when it's coming out of me because I wasn't pop trained. Uh, so like something musical theatery would sound like very traditional, like oh say can you see? And I started way too high. I can tell you that it's gonna get bad later on because it sounds good. By the dawn's early light, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail by the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Yeah, because fun fact about the Star Spangled Banner, it's one of the most technically difficult national anthems to sing. Like it covers a very large range, which is an ambitious thing to do. Can Whitney Houston's version be considered close to musical type? I would need to listen to it again. But yeah, like the bold choice to make your national anthem something that's technically difficult to sing well, because it's supposed to be something a lot of people can relate to. But I mean, it's just as well because, like, I mean, we're we're all kind of over unironically loving America. Like we all have complicated relationships. Well, I should say all Americans. I don't know where all y'all are based, but all us Americans have complicated relationships. Complicated relationships with. There's a ukulele version from many years ago. Oh, I bet that sounds really nice. Like, fun fact: the site that I was pulling up Einsamkeit chords and lyrics from, uh, the person who posted that specifically arranged it for the ukulele. So it's just like, I mean, I guess there's nothing stopping you from playing Einsamkeit on a ukulele, but just emotionally, like that's an interesting contrast. I should see if that person ever like recorded it because Einsamkeit on a ukulele sounds like an interesting emotional experience. I'm gonna get down on my knees since I'm not gonna be singing because I can already feel my throat acting up. Okay. All right, like I might as well round it out to 45 if we're just going to be chilling unless y'all feel good calling the stream uh done now. Cuz right now I've just got my list for. No, don't turn the metronome on, phone. Oh, let me post that in the chat. I'm some kite. That's how you spell it. And it is just a bop and fantastic and even like lyrically just like it's such a good like character exploration of Germany, which is good because he deserves it because he's one of my favorite characters. I like him a lot. Which I mean is probably obvious because I'm a longtime Italy cosplayer and hardcore Jarita shipper. So it's like, of course I like Germany. Of course I love him. Okay, I'm gonna clean out some of these too many tabs I have open over here. totally not biased too that your wifey cosplays him too. Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's the thing is when I think like Kyo's Germany is just so good because she loves and understands Germ Boy. She loves and understands him, and we both appreciate him for the good boy that he is. Okay, so yes, in that case, I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream for today. Hopefully, hopefully I'll figure out some good regular streaming times during the school term because this is fun and it's good to have an excuse to sing again. But for now, that is all, and thank you all for joining me and hanging out with me because it's always nice to hang out with people when you need to practice something. Sing for my wife. I I would love to. I would always love to, but it's hard to justify it. I'm glad y'all had fun. So hopefully, whenever I next decide to stream, also coincides with good times for all of y'all. Uh, live your lives like a musical. God, I wish. Oh no, then I would be revealed for my very novice level dance skills. Like I have great rhythm, I just don't have great flexibility. But anyway, I'm getting off getting off topic. Yes. Thank you all for joining me. Hopefully see y'all next time I stream whenever I decide that is, and see y'all around. Thanks again. Bye.